You would never guess.
In Dota.
So how's it?
I'll be very impressed.
So what's the dream here from Kura? Like, what's the E team meant to do?
Eat away armor, a lot of teamfight potential. The aura is insane.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Then you've got Weave.
Yeah, we've kind of counters it out, but at the same time, if you think about it, if Phoenix dives in and they're forced to attack the egg, then maybe you can get off a good Echo Stomp, but at the same time, you're going to be burning at the same time, so it won't really stun. So I'm trying to figure out where that synergy is coming from. Maybe you get a Tuscan, he can charge somebody and then do it, but what is the Elder really meant to do?
He wins in a match.
I think we're at the majors,
Just went so ham.
single-handedly beating EG.
I believe in No-Tail this game. I think that OG have a really stable draft. I think that No-Tail's been playing exceptionally at this tournament so far. I'm feeling it. OG's got this.
It really.
You're not gonna.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Everybody knows what Elder Titan does. It's like
Yeah.
you're kind of slow moving. Your stun kind of sucks now.
I want to see Liquid win. Just Okuro has a
10
plan.
seconds
Hey,
remaining.
he was the man that used to do his support.
Is he like the
man-
reverse Huskar? What
Five
you come in,
remaining.
instantly lose last pick?
the series of all as Team Liquid? They're
very, very careful. Oh my. All right.
Radiant team
Okay. You know why this hero's
A ball to heal himself back up pretty quickly, so he doesn't have to leave. a kill coming the way of OG with only spin, shock, and shackles being committed. Really not that heavy for abilities.
Yeah, speaking of that, you see that Hex is only 1.2 or 1.25 seconds. It's not really that valuable as long as you can get off your shackles, but the scaling damage for the shackle, if you can get it off, is amazing. Sure, sometimes you won't have enough time to Hex and then get in range for the shackle. So I kind of agree with him. Just, you know, nice play from him, knowing that he's going to dive that way. If maybe Mind Control had dove farther down and then just TP'd away, he could have lived, but he tried to get back to his tower.
That Miracle, you try and control him. You try and stop his farm. He's already 200 net worth in front of the Razor now. You just couldn't stop him. The Gyrocopter is also just behind that of the Juggernaut. So very equal on the two cores. Even the offlane's in the way. Well, Phoenix is the second lowest net worth, but there's not that much money separating them all. So 10 minutes in, it's not as though any team really has a massive advantage. Progression of items are pretty standard across the board. Call down on top, Moon. Suddenly going to get hit by one of the rockets. The Stomp trying to combo. He'll turn for the Fissure, actually stunning up Kuro, so Kuro unable to hit that stun from the Stomp, allowing the Gyrocopter to get into a kill position.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Blitz said earlier. Phoenix just really needs to get that level 6 and then get into that level 11. So his items aren't going to be as, you know, as needed as the rest of his team here. But with that online, maybe they can start putting up a better team fight situation, because OG, it seems like they are clawing their way back into this game.
It's funny where they're clawing their way back is by farming up in not only the lanes but also the jungle. But Notel is being watched like a hawk. There's 3 observer wards committed from Team Liquid all through the bottom lane and into the Radiant jungle. This one was a little bit earlier, so it's about to time out, watching over the camp area, just because the timing of that one, it makes sense. But now you throw one a little bit deeper, like halfway into the depth of the OG jungle, and another one sitting on the bottom lane. They always want to know how many heroes OG are committing to this bottom lane. A little bit of protection for Mind Control, but also possibilities for Jirax to understand where he can gank, and when Mind Control is worth it for him to rotate over.
I literally saw 2 Liquid heroes TP bottom lane to try and kill... Oh, call down, Miracle.
Yeah, he doesn't see it coming straight away, but he does have that buckler, so it's good armor available for him. He winds up the Requiem, but Dolman ran in there. Jirax able to get the shards off, but support will arrive. Notel going for the spin, burning through Jirax. Mind Control goes for the ulti. It's underneath the town for the spin. They get through the egg in time. Miracle back into the safety of the tree line, but he's going to bottle up and chase up after here, Fader, who's going to run himself out through the bottom river area. He will get out to safety. The Sigil made chasing almost impossible for him, as OG want to really go for a little bit more. It's that mid tower with Moon rotating over. 3 very quick kills, and the Mass Serpent wards are up as well.
And Phoenix Hex dying during that team fight just cost him. Oh, they're going to get Kuroki too here. Probably they have the... Could have...
It just keeps him out of the fight for now.
Yeah.
As well as the Ether Shock. The creep waves just don't exist for Liquid, and the OG ones just get buffed. And we're not even counting in razors, fissures. Like, there's a lot of different things that just screw around with Liquid's ability to push.
I'm going to go back to one of the points I was trying to say before the team fight happened. It's Notel. This Juggernaut pick is working out absolutely beautifully. It's just because they picked that Elder Titan last, and they have no reliable lockdown on him. Like, they cannot kill this Juggernaut all it seems like.
It's going to be like, what, the Tusker? But you kind of need to initiate before he spins, like blink directly into Walrus Punch, and then...
He's just too fast.
Yep.
Now he's even faster. You're never going to catch this Juggernaut now.
So we actually get the build. It's the BTs, Aquila, Drums, coming in for the Juggernaut. And we'll see just how much it moves, but this is the different thing with OG. This is one of the first things that impressed me when we first saw that lineup come to play. Notel, Double, the Stomp controls him, and the Shallow Graven heal from Dazzle. That
Father,
doesn't
though.
work, especially with the spin. Omniscience is off cooldown, now he's going to go to work, bouncing down to Matomaman, giving almost a double kill to him. He's still alive for the count until Kuro will slap him down with a briefcase. They'll try and go deeper, but that Nova is up, blind, they're all trying to attack, but the Spirit, it's not only the Spirit coming in from the ET, it was the fact that we're hit by the Fire Spirits, the visual connect from Moon. The Mouse Serpent was down trying to help him out, and Kuro's down trying to run away, but Miracle has more than enough damage. Liquid will lose the whole enchilada, 12-10 in favor of OG. That fight was probably still a lot closer than OG would have really liked.
Yeah, what a play from Mind Control, just getting off those Fire Spirits and all the heroes before he gets off his egg. If he didn't do that, he would have gotten 2 kills, so really good play coming in, at least getting something off the board. No-Tail, unfortunately, going down 2 by that last right-click from Elder Titan. That could have been easily a 5-0 sweep coming in from OG, but Liquid definitely coming, not ahead, but at least, getting something out of that team fight.
Matamba needs a little bit of help here, but he's calling it in. The TP's already on the way, and the fact that No-Tail just used his spin to farm, he'll move over into the middle of the cooldown, runs back and then realizes Phoenix has arrived as well. The Fire Spirit should easily be able to hit with the Snowball as well. No-Tail is down for the count. The Healing Ward couldn't do enough in return. And Team Liquid, not only do they bring their entire team down here to kill the Juggernaut, now they can take the tower.
Yeah.
They even use the Sigil as bait to drag the creep wave away.
It's like one of the no-nos you learn when you play Earthshaker. You do not farm using Fissure, and that's like a no-no too when you're kind of like in that situation. Sure, you can Blade Fury, but you kind of have to TP out when you Blade Fury in this situation. You don't know where the enemy team is. He used it. That's the only way they get that kill.
Team Liquid really do not have a great lineup for pushing buildings. Like crits coming in, the sentry wards are still on cooldown for now. But this observer ward sees Jirax moving, and now the range creep also reveals his position. I guess the tier 1 tower taken. The mech was already burnt from OG, because they were trying to add pressure to the tier 2 tower in mid. So it looks like it will just be the easy tower for Liquid on the bottom lane. Really expecting some kind of reaction there from OG the second they saw that Tusker, but decided not to go for it. They still need the money. Moon still needs that Blink Dagger. There's no proper jump in initiation. There's no Blink for the Shaman. He went for more utility build.
At the same time, though, you can say the same thing for Liquid, though. They don't have anything as well, and that's where the Shadow Fiend just flash farms way more efficiently than all these other heroes. He pushes out the lanes constantly, whereas for the side of Liquid, they don't really have that, besides maybe the Gyrocopter. Still not as effective, and that's why you're seeing this top lane being pressured already, and they cannot even defend it.
Alright, well, what are you meant to do? You want to walk up, but you got to assume that OG has aggressive observer wards inside your jungle, so they'll see you coming from a mile away. And then you want to fight into Mass Serpent wards and an SF with max souls and a level 2 Requiem. Even killing him off is difficult because he went for the Sanj first. And the SMY is almost done. So Crit, he's forcing a lane by himself. Miracle will come in for the extra CS. And what, we're 17 minutes in the game. This started at game number 1 where they had a crack at this. No-Tail makes a nice choice, runs up and away, so he doesn't get hit by that stomp from Kuro. And I really got to give props to Kuro. I just feel he was a great ET support, but he's hitting a lot of these stomps.
Yeah, normally it's harder to hit it when you don't have these setups, but at the same time, that's just really good play coming in from OG2. Pressuring this, making sure that there's TPs back, so you're not losing out on the space. Then you just go TP to your lanes, and you should most likely be safe. But Liquid did the good thing there. They didn't TP back all of their heroes. They're still in the enemy jungle. Maybe they can get a pick off, but on Crit here, and it looks like Crit's going to be rushing a Blink Dagger too. So that's one of the, well,
here they come.
Here he comes.
Crit took a step out a little bit too far. No TP support's coming in with a call down. He'll get one last shock off. So Jirax does drop down low. But OG were also aware of this. They have an observer ward just north of the Roche pit. And because of that, they understand what resources Liquid are committing into their own jungle. But in return, Liquid rotate for a kill. Yet they pick off the Shaman. Okay, this isn't great when that stomp. Oh, No-Tail spins just in case he was still in range.
This has to be the fastest Juggernaut in history. You got Mask of Madness now, oh my goodness. This is some innovation to say the least. I'm very curious to see what he goes for next.
This is almost one like the classic Batrider build. All the movement speed in the wall to drag people back with lasso. In this case, it's just a Juggernaut that's able to chase or run away.
The good old days of Mask of Madness on your sniper. Good old
Hey man,
days.
Sniper was the old combo with the ET. Throw down the Spirit, go for the assassination shot. That was really high damage.
Please no flashbacks to 6.83.
That was a wonderful time.
That was 80-minute games of
As I
brutal,
said, a wonderful time.
brutal high ground sieges and defenses, to say the least.
You just gotta learn to like the farm.
It's like watching Dusa. You have to basically watch her farm 5 item slots for her to be useful. Like, what?
Mystic Snake is useful.
But actually, her ulti is really good when T-fighting, though, so...
If you can hold him there, of course.
Oh, yeah.
She works nicely
You
with
have
the Wyvern.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is, like, you see teams just like this, like with 12 kills for either side, for both sides, 18 minutes in. Like, you need to fight early on, and that's one thing that Medusa is completely incapable of doing. Alright, so the SMY is now done for Miracle. This SF's getting bigger and bigger. Fly doesn't have anywhere near as much as he had in the last game, but that's also because they didn't give him the farm time. They're making sure that both Miracle and Notel are as big as they can possibly be. And they really are. They're both above all the net worth of Liquid. Like 10k on the SF, 8.1k on the Juggernaut. Like they're miles ahead. And now, Notel, the TP! The snowball will catch him. He decided not to spin in TP. And because of that, well...
Top lane, though.
Are they actually catching up to... Moon needs another fissure, or a stun or something. Crit just wants a shock. Moon has that Blink taker back off cooldown. So Blink into fissure, and then allow Crit to get in range for the Ether Shock. He's still... You can see him start. You can see him start, but the rotation's coming over from Team Liquid. Miracle will be called out by Matupperman, but it's the Tusker who snowballs himself in, catches out the Shaman, and then isolates Moon inside the shards. Who is able to stomp and TP away from Miracle. Miracle thinks he might still be here, but it's because Kuro walked up to the Fog of War on the hillside where Miracle had no vision and then just TP'd out. So 3 heroes lost for OG as Team Liquid hit back nice and hard here in Game 2.
Man, that was one of the most unfortunate TPs I've seen in a long time. Poor Notel. Oh, in mid lane, Miracle.
This is ballsy. He's still got that Mecha Valor, so he's got a lot more life as he baits the ulti multiple times. The Rocket's going to connect. He's never mech. He's got 71 charges. He triggers both the life. Now he lets the ulti blow, and he will end up surviving. The Gyrocopter goes down to this one. Miracle. Can they bring down the... No, they cannot. Well, not yet at least. They're still trying to beat through. Fly one more attack. The spirits from Mind Control again stopping all the fun of OG. Team Liquid have still lost 3 heroes as it was Notel who was able to clean up with the Omni Slash in the back lines while Mind Control was jumping in. He still wants to run. That spirit doing some work because it's keeping that Blink Dagger of Moon on cooldown, but it's only a matter of time now. 1 second being that time where Moon blinks the complete wrong way. And Mind Control will head over to his tier 2 tower. It's like he didn't go that way. He's back into the safety of his buildings.
You jinxed him, Toby. You and then all of a sudden it's...
Wait for it! Wait for nothing.
Yeah. They still have the wards now. This is prime time for
this
OG.
is actually quite huge, but Liquid, they've still got T1 and T2 towers down here. Mind Control's going to start with the Sunray, so Notel's not going to enjoy this, but with a defensive weave from Fly, the armor is also increasing heavily, so Gyro's damage really isn't that impressive. But Notel wants to get out of here. Even with the cooldown, the Fissure will stop Gyro from getting a straight up combo, but Notel's locked inside the pit. He's gonna go down at this point. Fly will safely TP out, but they've lost the Shaman, they've lost the Juggernaut, and now they've actually lost Roshan as well here. Team Liquid are taking it all from OG.
Fighting without your SF there and not having the healing ward up, that's a very big blunder. As well as you said, the tier 1 tower is still up on the bottom lane. Easy access for Team Liquid to there. They should have just backed off. I mean, Team Liquid can't even do Rosh themselves. They could just wait patiently, and instead you're just giving the game back over to Liquid. And if they, catch out Miracle here, it could be even worse, but...
They're coming to check, but they don't have any vision on the hillside, so they don't see it. The only observer ward they've got is further up in the lane, which is about to time out in 25 seconds anyway.
Alright.
It's a very uncharacteristic mistake from OG to do something like that. Like, maybe they also thought Liquid were on the sidelines for a little bit longer, weren't expecting them to be alive so soon, because they came in, Liquid came with everyone. Because if Liquid was still different up to 20 seconds, OG would have been fine. But they weren't, so now, Liquid trying to force the issue, but they're not really going to get much from the cooldown apart from mopping up the creep wave. And they're going to back up. A little bit of damage to the tier 2 tower, but everything's up for OG now apart from wards.
Yeah, and this is just giving you more space. Phoenix is now up to level 12, and you cannot underestimate Sunray too. Once this gets leveled up, you can just Sunray in while you're Icarus diving, and it'll at least put out some of that pure damage. It's just insane, especially when it's maxed out, how much you can take in an instance. So it's kind of like, having a wyvern, but, even worse at times where even if you're low, you're still going to be taking that base. So,
And Kuro's getting everything that Liquid need to. I don't know if they want to push high ground just yet, but with the Vladimir's offering, Liquid's teamfight's getting really scary. To a point where OG, like, they may want to just try and back out and stop trying to force the lanes, but the mass open wards are going down, and now Liquid will try to give an answer. The visual will keep Jirax off at the moment, as the wards just keep beating into the tier 2 tower. So Liquid will take care of these before they try and chase. And OG understand this, but they force Liquid back. They stop the push to their own tier 3 at least.
that's really good too. That's making them come back, and then now you're able to free farm the map a little bit, giving space for Miracle, just dodging and ducking after that really bad Roche fight, and he really needs the space to get his BKB. Once they have that online, maybe they can start taking team fights. And looking at Crit now, I was talking about his Blink Dagger, 10 minutes ago. He got picked off, and then now he's changed his mind. He's going for the Force Staff. This is not where you want to be when you're Crit, because he had so many opportunities. Top lane, they almost got that kill, and the bottom lane, he just got picked off. It just, all these little bitty setbacks are just, piling up.
I think he also understands the problem of, like, what happens when you get sharded or your teammates get sharded. He needs ways to keep his other teammates alive, and the Force Staff's the way to do it. Their jump in initiation from Crit is not going to help him in the next 10 minutes. Maybe later on, it'll be worth it, but they don't control the vision of the map at the moment, and that's where the Blink Dagger could really come into play. Instead, you got the Force Staff, get heroes out of the ET abilities, as well as get them away from the Tusker.
Yeah.
Or even out of cooldown. Like, it's just such a better item.
Yeah, Force Staff, Grave Up, a lot of defensive mechanics here, and well, they're going to be pushing up on the high ground here. I wonder if they're going to go high ground with it. How long do they have left in the Aegis? About 2 minutes here, it looks like. So
yeah,
they really want to.
You got another minute and a half, roughly. Well, they could try it, but this is the reason why OG's already pushing the top. Like, they accept the fact they're going to lose their tier 2 tower, so they push Notel up on the top with the BTs. He can easily come back. Boon's in a similar position, except just with the TP scroll. But they really wanted to get levels and farm onto this Juggernaut. He's still the man that can carry this for them. The SF is still 2,000 net worth in front of the Razor. Once his EKB is up, which should be in 100 gold, aka this camp. Well, actually, no, there's only one Wild Wing in there. That's not so great. But still, Miracle is still a huge fighter when it comes to these engagements. And Team Liquid, their control's been pretty good, but these Fire Spirits from Mind Control, which have stopped the egg from going down, they're not going to mean anything soon. Because the BKB will be on SF. He could do it by himself if he needs to with his attack speed. And Notel is still going to have spin available, and he's got 3,000 gold, which I'm interested to see if he goes... Actually, for what?
Scotty is pretty good. What did he just pick up? No, he's going for the Butterfly, apparently, so...
Well, you still get a Monkey King bar over on the Gyrocopter.
I mean, his biggest problem is he still doesn't have that many... there we go. Oh, he's got the Walrus Punch, though.
Yeah. Sorry, that spin's not going to work. Notel goes very much askew, but there's no creep wave here, so if he wants to go for the Omni Slash to try and find it, they group up as 4. Jirax, he does actually go down. Like, it was a bit of an RNG if he would bounce back over to the Tusker, so it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off.
He didn't even pop Master Madness in there. That would have probably been an extra 3 attacks, too, so... It was, could have actually faulted him if he didn't get that, but... Going back on the subject of the Shadow Fiend, I mean, Razor has a BKB now, and he has a Haste Rune. This is just going to make Shadow Fiend's life a living hell. All he has to do is just static link him, and then, you take out the Shadow Fiend. So I'm trying to figure out how they're going to really keep him in the game because of Fadas.
And they're coming for the tier 1 tower on bottom. Mass Open Wall's dropped and that tower is gone. The Observer Wall will scout out the fact that Fada is also around Roshan. I just saw him walk into Roshan. So OG are aware what's going on, and Fly goes for the aggressive weave onto the top of him as well as Fader.
Yep, we have the bots in from the Juggernaut too. He was split pushing top lane.
G-Rex is really visible. If he walked any further down, then they'll get the Shackles, and in fact they just jump. They don't even need any real big abilities. So you've just lost your Tuskar, you've lost your Sigil control in the fight, and Miracle's moving over. Roshan's not really injured here. There's another Mud Golem that was dominated. So they get rid of Rocket, they get rid of at least the start of the Golems. These things will time out in actually a minute. They last for so long.
Yep.
And Kroot doesn't want to commit his wars this bottom lane. If he does so, like, there's no way for them to either like have nicely positioned during the fight or even take Roshan themselves.
I think the biggest thing there is that they do not know if Tusk has buyback. If they had known the information that we did, that he doesn't, then they would have, I think, still went into the pit. Sure, you can say that, hey, we have Elder Titan, you have Astral Spirit, Echo Stomp to really stop, but at the same time, you have wards down, you're going to have your Earthshaker outside the pit, you're going to have your Shadow Shaman outside the pit, so I don't think they're going to would have had that big of a problem unless the Tusk bought that.
Well, they could have just been waiting for this. The critical items. So Earthshaker's Fissure, Force Staff's arrived. And you got the full Butterfly as well up for the Juggernaut. He moves forward. Vada, he's going to be the first one. They make a couple of illusions to actually waste a lot of that Juggernaut ultimate. The Phoenix Egg is down, but it's in the middle of nowhere. The rest of OG jump almost into the Roche pit to try and battle it out where Fowler was protected by Jirax's Snowball. The Shards don't get a perfect look. Make a smooth speeder, which isolates the team. There's Massive Wards in a really great choke point on the hillside. But then again, Liquid, they're up on the Radiant side as OG desperately try and find underneath their extra damage. Moon doesn't have Miracle doesn't have a lot of things to play around with here. He's got the damage. Okay, maybe he does. 4 hits and Jirax just dies. Moon's locked up on the high ground. He's got 4 stars to get back down and get away from the Spirit of Kuro. As you know, the Fader was very, very happy he survived through that fight.
Oh, poor No-Tail. And towards the end, he just got turned around on by the ET and the Tusk, man. Tusk Snowball. Alright, that was very unfortunate from him. Else, I think it would have gone really well for OG there. And
what a room for Fader, too, to have an illusion ring just before that fight began.
Yeah, and just pop it.
That's what soaked up a couple of the bounces, the Juggernaut.
The biggest thing, too, was that both of the cores of OG went in. They had their BKBs on, and Jerax could not cast Snowball. So what did he do? He cast Snowball on Roche and saves Spada. Good play there at the end there. So, but it was really funny to watch that.
It was nice for him. Another thing, too, like, maybe the reason why these Mud Golems are so important is you think about it with the Omni Slash. You take out the original Mud Golem, then there's another 2 that can soak up even more bounces. So whenever Liquid bring that to a fight, they're just making the effectiveness of No-Tail drop more and more. So they're looking towards Roshan again. But Dazzler can just walk over and weave. Like right now he's pushing in the mid lane. They're looking for that Observer or the Radiant side. And again, it scours that Moon, and they jump in. The 4 stuff up from Moon. There is a follow-up with the Snowball. And do they have enough? The Shadow Graves over on Moon, but that cooldown should do some work. The Earthsplitter actually cancelling the Fissure. He'll keep Matumberman back, and this will allow Miracle to fight, but the damage is being stolen right now. But how quickly? Not really quick enough until the Requiem of Souls will bounce off. They need to get rid of this Phoenix Egg, and they're going to be able to do so underneath the cover of the BKB. Vader hiding in the tree lines, but he couldn't stay in the trees forever. The Storm from Kuro, just a fraction of a second too late, and again this Fissure from Moon. The follow-up, he's just a little bit too far away from Jirax. He has the Totem available, and the Snowball coming down to the creep, allowing the time for Jirax to get that Pulling Taker off cooldown and get away. And again, Kuro with this Spirit down on the ground, making it difficult for OG to chase him. They still caught him up in the tree line. Juggernaut will find the kill. And with 3 heroes down, they'll either force buybacks or lose Roshan.
Oh man, that was not the play, Jerax. He really did cost his team there. He blocked off Fada from actually being able to chase the SF, broke the static link, and now this is looking very bad for Team Liquid. It looked like they could have been in the driver's seat, but now who is going to be picking up this Aegis? It looks like it's going to be Miracle. And this is just looking really good after that team fight from OG. It looked very good for Liquid at the start, but just that block off, man, from Jerax, very unfortunate.
And this is just one small decision. OG, it was for them going into Roshan a little bit early, and this time around for Liquid, it's just where you position for your fights.
Yep.
And this gives OG so much. If we actually just check out the graphs, it was almost 7.5k advantage going the way of Team Liquid. and even almost 10k on the experience, but this has almost been zeroed out with the last couple of, well, just the fights and the Roshan take, and then all the farm which comes after it, while Liquid still try and get back into the lanes. And it ends with a big SF, 20k net worth over on Miracle.
I mean, he didn't even have the MKB. Now he's got 2k gold on it. It feels. Did he have the MKB?
He had it during the last fight.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. I was making sure. So he got 2k from the fight. Now he has the Aegis. Now they're ready to play. Here you go, OG. And are they gonna find anybody? It doesn't look like it just yet.
They're calling for the wraparound at the tower. Like, if Crit Ether shocks his creep wave, then he'll push up at the right time. But if he does it, he reveals out his smoke. That may be why. Okay, yeah, Fly's just looking and waiting. But they might find one. Matumberman, blink forward. Okay, blink, echo. Now they're gonna commit. That was
The slowest reaction times from both of the teams.
they reacted. They went backwards. It's like, oh crap, gyrocopter. Hang on, it's just a gyrocopter. The downside about moving blindly onto the map to find a kill with smoke, and during nighttime, nonetheless.
I'm really surprised Masama Man just didn't pop BKB there. And did he buy something before he died? Now he doesn't have buyback. Oh,
What did he
no.
buy? He bought the Hyperstone.
No,
Wait,
he
hang on,
bought
that's
the
not
javelin,
his.
The javelin, I think.
Yeah.
Alright.
So now the Master Serpent wants to go down. It's a 40-second opening. Miracle, he's the man with the Aegis in the bag. They'll slow him down. There's that Stun Ray going to work.
So much
Miracle
damage.
needs to walk out of it. He's just trying to dodge the rays. I kind of feel him right now. Miracle basically playing like a ginger. This tier 3 tower is going to go down. And Miracle, back out. Oh, will he? No, he's still got the Aegis and he's still got the mech. So why do it? Vader actually getting stunned up, and they're hitting so hard. 2 range badges with the Monkey King bar. The Omni Slash will go from Notel, but all he does is just help the push by taking out the creep wave. And the Razor, now he'll have to buy it back. 65 seconds. Kuro trying to buy his space. First with a stomp, follow-up splitter. The damage is minimal. The shards will lock him in, but Miracle, he's still got the Aegis. So no fear Miracle at the moment. With a Blink Dagger, maybe the Shaman can jump in and find that opening. Miracle wants him to bait something out to him. And now the Shallow Grave and the 4-star out. They haven't finished the melee racks. That rocket coming out means Miracle needs a little bit more life. What level rocket is that? It's only level 1. Like, you just need Jack. They just kill the rocket and they turn around and come back in again. The Blink Dagger is still a bit of a surprise for Crit.
Oh, there it
Down
is.
they've caught it, and Moon with the fissure block. Goro, yep, you're too big. You can't fit through small gaps. And then the 4-star, he'll go over the top of it. The Miracle, he'll disappear. He'll take out the rocket. The Stomp finds more space. 18 seconds till Fader is back up. And Miracle, he wants to attack the tower. The problem is still now Stun Ray. The spin comes from Notel. As much damage as he can, but Thomas BKB will protect Miracle again with that Shallow Grave. They just can't stop it. The rash is down. And can they get through the egg? No, they can't. Notel will drop. The Aegis will burn, and they want to fight. The cooldown to Malva, but Moon jumps in for the Echo Slam. The follow even hitting Dirac in the back line. He can't get any control. Moon will be brought down by Matumberman. He got a full combo off, and Miracle now out of BKB, moves away from the snowball, blinks himself up, but he bought time for Fly to be slowed down, and the shard block as well. Fly, he knows he's done for. The Shallow Grave will buy time. He attempts a TP. The Stomp comes in from Kuro. That'll end up cancelling that one. Can they catch the SF as well? The snowball's there on the front lines for Miracle. He's getting a long way back, but how much have they got? Actually, probably nowhere near enough to kill him. The mech is back off cooldown. Maybe with the Sunray, it starts burning in combination with that urn. The Matumberman, he wants to chase. The shards will fly, but Miracle evades it. Now Matumberman, he realizes they haven't trapped them in, so they maybe can force some buybacks from OG. It's the Dire Creep Wave. It came with Liquid. They've run so long down that middle lane, the Creep Wave actually came with them.
It was a nice try coming in from Moon, but once the BKB was popped, Requiem wasn't really useful in the end. It was nice synergy, but they really needed just that extra oomph there. And maybe if he could have stun locked somebody, but you know, Tuss things, man. You just snowball back on people. Oh, and yeah, are they gonna buy back? No, it's like 5 seconds. How can you buy back?
They'll let it go.
Seconds?
There's no fortification available. Like, Kuro's stop will buy them the cover to do this, and Crit, okay, Mass Serpent Wars, Durek's almost dead from this one, but it's Notel. He's got Omni Slash up, bounced across Kuro, and then Durax, he offers his life on a silver platter. Moon, he doesn't have Blink available at the moment, but Matumberman, the chance of escape is probably 0.000001 recurring,
Oh,
of course.
Phoenix,
Maybe.
you jinxed
Actually,
it.
no, he got the cheapest cover. Moon's still got 4-star as well as Blink. Blink
BKB, he didn't BKB?
No, he didn't. He's fine. He's okay. Moon actually didn't have both of them together. Wait, what? Okay, so Notel just solo killed the Phoenix at the back end.
he have buyback?
No.
Yeah,
No. On
he's bought
cooldown.
back.
80 seconds without a Phoenix.
This
And
should-
what was really lost at the end? Like, okay, it was a mid-Rax for a melee-Rax trade.
Yeah, and they should be getting this one top 2 without any contention.
Quick raises from Miracle, Create Wave goes down. Dazzle's now got a Solar Crest, so even though there's no Butterfly on that SF,
In a stunning
Fate is still going to have Vicious. I don't know what Miracle's been praying to, but he's hitting every single range match over on Fate. Every time he attacks him, those melee racks don't stand a chance. He can, yeah, there you go. Finishes the melee racks, and now they'll back out. The Shards catching Notal once again, but he'll just spin out. He can go buy himself something nice. Maybe not needing to risk the buyback, but he can if he wants to, and pick up that Abyssal Blade.
Oh boy, Liquid.
Here it
I mean,
comes.
yeah, I guess you could say the best saving grace for them is they do have 1 Rax at least. So it's 1 Rax versus 4 right now. Oh, they're gonna get
Jirax. He
Jirax.
blinks. Oh, okay, that hurt. That really hurt to watch.
Are they gonna just? What? How much left? Okay, so we have 2 minutes left on Roche, whether we know it's gonna be up or not. They'll probably just push out bottom lane. Surprised he doesn't just TP here from no tail and just push it out. But
Is the creep wave pushing it? The creep wave will push itself. It's actually a nice creep wave 2 with 3 range creeps, but they want to keep Liquid away from the tier 2 tower. In order to do that, they have to keep Miracle, No-Tail in the front lines. In fact, they say screw it. Like, No-Tail has managed to find himself an Invis rune. If they don't have a sentry here in the mid lane, okay, a gem just got purchased by the Dazzle, and I'm still not seeing... There's a gem over on the Phoenix. So that's the only detection they've got to catch out the Juggernaut. But no one will be leaving their base. If they do, they're dead.
man, Mind Control has been playing so good this game. It'd be just a waste to see him go down, but at this rate, it looks like OG are closing in on a swift victory.
We've got a
here.
Jaws moment. Down up, 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 down up. How much damage have you got? He gets the bash. He didn't even use the Abyssal Blade. He was waiting until the last moment in case he required it. But he gets the bash and cancels the TP. Razor does have buyback, but you're in a world of hurt now.
You know what he actually did? He spinned and TP'd that time for no tail, and didn't even need to. Oh,
Safety first,
he's
man.
learned his lesson this game.
That's 3 layers of protection right there for No-Tail. It's got evasion. It's got the ability to have strength as well as his spin. And this is going to be the tier 2 tower mopped up. So OG, Roshan is still not... It's the maximum spawn time. Yeah, screw that. There's also a Ring of Aquila just randomly sitting inside. But we won't even worry about that because OG, even without the Ace, even without the Aegis the Immortal, look at that armor kicking up for the Shadow Fiend. You've got Weave, you've got Mech, you've got Assault Cuirass. How is the Gyro meant to do any kind of damage into this? Like, he doesn't even nibble the SF.
He needs a rapier, that's what he needs.
Oh, yeah. He's going to on top of Miracle as well.
Well, he's got the MKB.
That's
though.
true, he does. You're right. But he's
So-
going Butterfly build, or at least he's got the
Yeah.
evasion of it.
That does kind of help out, but it doesn't really help out against the Omni Slash. You know?
It helps. Yeah, I'm about to say
Yeah.
it helps against the Juggernaut's basic attacks, but it won't
Mhm.
stop Omni. The SF's already got his own Monkey King bar.
And he's got so much attack speed that I don't even know how many extra attacks he gets. At least, I want to say 8, because he has the Butterfly as well as the Mask of Madness. He triggers it, so just thinking about that, 8 or 6 to 8 extra attacks during an Omni Slash is, I mean, it's very, very disastrous, especially when you get those crits on top with the
Mhm.
Juggernaut. It's really good, but that's the thing about Liquid's lineup. A sheep stick or something to kind of initiate on this Juggernaut to make sure he doesn't.
But you can't initiate on the Juggernaut.
You
The
can't.
Juggernaut is now going to initiate on you. He's got the Blink Dagger. Miracle's positioning is perfect. They break the smoke of Liquid, who are trying to come out to scout out Roshan. Again, Moon, his fidget control's been perfect. The spinning Juggernaut is running down the mid, so the shards will fly, but no one's in the tree line. Looks like Miracle's going to get hit by that rocket, but even with the dink to the head, he's perfectly alright. They're going to come in and check for Roshan, but I'm sorry, boys. You got to wait another 25 seconds before he's back up. As Kuro's just running the Spirit out to search for it. If they can't run their bodies up under the cover of smoke, does he get close enough to see? No, he doesn't.
I'm just waiting for No Tail just to kill Jirax again with the Blink Abyssal, as we saw earlier. It's just he's kind of playing with fire here.
Come on, crit. Where's that? I'm waiting for the movement. I'm just waiting for the movement. Crit's just this. Okay, there it is. Now they can come back. Crit had one job. tell him when Roshan's alive. And now they'll come down for it. So the SF on one.
No, Moon. Oh, he went back. Thought they'd be coming up that way. Are they still gonna fight here for Liquid?
This will be so hard to do so, but the jump in, they may have no choice. Koro almost down for the count. The snowball came in. Notel actually jumped into the middle of that snowball by the looks of it, and they take out two very quickly. Miracle can't get that ulti up because of the stun from the Nova. Now he'll wind up and let it go. Buying Moon time to get the Echo Slam off. Mind control is just so low. 18 live, he wants a Sun Ray back out again. Vader fighting from inside the pit. OG, they burn the Jaegers to the Immortal. Durax is still here waiting. The Miracle, he can't get the Titanic off. Oh no, now he can. Support comes in from Fly, but only to give the Shallow Grave, allowing his SF to keep being a man. While Chris puts down the Mass Serpent, he'll go down an ultra kill from Matumberman. But well, Miracle will take it straight back from more. Can he? No force up. He dropped below 45.
MKB, I got it!
He stuns up Koro and actually cancels the stun. Mind control, one attack, he cancels it. It's an ultra kill for Miracle.
The urn!
He's burning, he's sticking, he's sitting down at 16.
Cart!
No, he'll survive. No,
Okay.
wait, no. No, Cardi will not find this kill. He has life steal.
Imagine if that was a shockwave creep. Oh my god.
That would have been amazing. Like a harpy comes in. Yo, boys, what's up? Oh. So the only sole survivors of both Team Liquid as well as OG, Matumberman.
They're both guys who got the ultra kills.
They went so big. They went so big.
But there was buybacks though, wasn't there? Yeah, one buyback.
There was one from the Shaman. That's all.
Yeah. So
technically it was a 5-for-4 trade.
Actually 6. Did they have cheese during that? I don't think that was a cheese. I think that was the second
did the cheese
one.
get used? It had to have been used by one person, but in the chaos I missed it. I'm sorry. Unless it's sitting on a courier right now. And the answer is no, and the answer is no. So yeah, cheese was also expended as well as the Aegis. So yeah, technically you could say Liquid killed off 7 people.
Liquid did really good during that team fight, killing off the supports early on. And that just kind of opened up the game, and that was a really good team fight coming in from Tusk. Like, Jirax made that play, stopping the Shadow Fiend ulti. And Moon, once again, you know, he's showing off some great Echo Slams.
Is pushing in, double catapult or not. Like, you have to bring one hero up there from Liquid to stop the push.
And look at Miracle, he's already got a Moon Shard almost maxed out. It's just the item progression in this game. You can see it clearly favoring them. Matumberman might have gotten an ultra kill from that, but still, what did he get? He got a Satanic out of it, so he's just all about the sustainability right now. He doesn't really have all that DPS as his Shadow Fiend does. I mean, we've seen what happens when he hits Fada. He just bullies this Razor.
And it's also the effective DPS you get. Like SS walking around with like weave on top of him dragging up his armor, or technically like a negative weave effect on Liquid, so he's even more impactful with his damage. And then he's got also the presence of the Dark Lord kicking in. So Gyro's having everything he's got stripped away. Like, yes, he's walking around with 22 armor of his own, but when you add up everything that OG gives or takes, he just, he's paper.
Yeah, they're really lucky they actually have an Elder Titan right here just to take away all this base agility.
Yeah, that really is. It's a saving grace for Team Liquid. And Kuro's been doing a bloody good job. Like, he survived until almost the very end there. Like, if it wasn't for Miracle Stun too, maybe he would have survived. But it's rough. 34-33. Really, there's not much in this game, even though the net worth does go the way of OG, as well as the lane advantage. Team Liquid still have a lot to work with here.
I just been looking at the Phoenix and the Elder Titans for the last 20 minutes. They have not gotten a new item. They have 4K gold now, and there we go. Is this good? Yeah, this is a refresher coming out from Mind Control. If he can get that off, and the team,
Nova?
You see, he keeps on getting the egg off in these team fights, and now if he has a second one as well as a second Shiva's, I mean, this could be very game changing.
True. But he gets the egg off, but how many times does he actually complete the full egg stun? If you...
He doesn't really complete it, but he kind of saves his own life, as well as, you know, getting the double Shivas off on a team fight. Normally, when he first uses the Shivas, the BKBs will be popped from OG. But when the second one comes out, they're going to be all slowed. You're going to have this Sun Ray again, and I just don't know. I think this is going to be very good for Mind Control. He's been playing superb so far, and I think this is going to be game-changing for them.
You won't be seeing me around.
Well, if OG are looking to wait for Roshan, they'll be waiting almost the same amount of time they waited for the last one. It's 2 out of the potential 3 minutes the spawn time, and they're still 5 minutes away from now. So more than likely, you'll be looking at the push coming in on the hour mark. OG won't want to make any any mistakes here, especially when they've got such still a huge lead. Like, we're still looking at an SF who's got almost 10,000 net worth on top of the biggest carry of Team Liquid, being the Gyrocopter. Like, this SF is still humongous, but he almost has to consume the shard. Wait, hang on, where's he?
I think he could go for a Scotty here, just to slow down, or he can just go for...
Or he can just consume the shard and buy BTs, because right now he's still walking around with no boots.
I mean, he doesn't really need that. You don't need that.
Well, he does if he wants to buy it back and then just have multiple SFs during a fight, but...
He's got the Sange and Yasha. He's got as much as, you know, right when you have treads. So...
Yeah, 353. He's only 20 movement. Actually, no, he's only even 25 movement speed behind. He's 2 movement speed behind that of the Dazzle, who's got treads.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
So consume the shard and buy Daedalus.
Daedalus, or I was gonna say Daedalus or Scotty. It's just depending on what he wants. If you get the Scotty, you're making sure that the enemy team isn't moving, and you also tank up even more. But with the Daedalus, you're just gonna hit like a monster.
Yeah. And Daedalus works so well with Satanic, because in almost one hit he'll go back to full life.
No,
That's
one
the
hit,
beauty.
you full life.
Yeah.
Imagine it on like a max weave target. Oh my goodness.
That's... you really don't want to imagine that. Like, that's the stuff that Nightmare of Liquid fans is made of. It's... Like, it's almost as good as watching like why do you even need to play Terrorblade to get Sunder when you have a Satanic SF like this? Like, it's the same effect. You basically just swap life.
It's like having an Aegis with no respawn timer.
No. That's it. Miracle, trying to mop through the middle waves, just adding a little bit more pressure onto Team Liquid. Not really going to do that much, however. Team Liquid are going to batten down the hatches and just try and survive this OG siege. And OG are waiting for that one opportunity where Team Liquid is just a little bit too far out like that. Moon, four-staffing Matumba. That wasn't Matumba being out there by choice. And he's got no way back in when that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, this is a very tense situation. I mean, we saw Matumba Man get dunked, and he didn't cast the BKB. We could have easily seen him just like panicking and pop it there. I mean, I would have that in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, well, that happened to me earlier. I don't want it to happen again, but he's staying calm in this situation.
Is this really the position we could be getting into where OG just try and take a fight and Crit takes the racks?
Oh, that could
Throw
that
down
could
the Agnus Mass
potentially
Serpent
happen.
Wards. He's what, 1,200 gold?
Oh, if this game goes in like 30 more minutes, we're gonna see Necro books going in, refreshers on Shadow Shaman.
That'll be wonderful.
Oh, good old days.
Flash should get a 4-staff of his own. Because maneuverability is still like such a huge way to win this fight. You have that moment where Gyrocopter gets 4-staffed out, you get the double 4-staff to push him even further out. Like, Moon is stopping also the Razor from killing him, picking up a Ghost Scepter. He can turn this into an E-Blade with these low BKB timings for Team Liquid. Like, you're already down to 5 seconds on Matumberman. He can just E-Blade charge the Gyrocopter after the BKB is worn off. Even though normally it is the Earthshaker who's the one initiating, so... The likelihood of that situation is a little bit lower, and it is the Daedalus for the SF. He's got enough money for the whole thing, but he will sacrifice his buyback if he gets it.
Curious to see what Notel is going for. He is like basically a glass cannon right now. He has no survivability items besides the Blink Dagger. I mean, as long as he just blinks in and then Omni Slash, his job seems like it's done. Sure, Healing Ward will definitely help out in these team fights, but
It asks the question then, like, do you even want to get another item on him? Leave him the way he is, Moon. Oh, they see Fader. That Observer Ward sees it all. So the Fissure will connect. It doesn't fully block, so Fader can get back out if he needs to. Like, if you want to feel a little bit more secure with Notal, you could sell the Mask of Madness to pick up something like the Skadi, like we were talking about for the SF. Same kind of scenario for him, but the Mask of Madness, like, if your only objective is, it's almost like a, well, we want to say like the Venomancer ulti, blink him, throw the ulti out, get it off. If that's all N0tail's really good for, or all you really want from him at the start of the fight, then Mask of Mana still makes sense to hold on to.
Yeah, he doesn't really have enough for Refresher, which is an amazing item on Juggernaut. But since he doesn't really have an Ags, doesn't really have that much, like a Battle Fury or anything, doesn't have mana regen or any of that, you can't really have a double Abyssal, a double Juggernaut Omni Slash.
Oh, they're pinging out. They didn't realize Fly ran down south, or it was Fly himself that broke the smoke of Fader. The bottom lane's also pushing in too hard, and they do not want to find a mirror. On.
Yep, now they're just waiting for them to go back. They know they have to defend the top lane. They know they have to defend the bottom lane.
They're buying out. It's a Skadi over on the Razor. He's got no money for buyback. If we actually check the buybacks right now, it's only Jaro who has a buyback available. If you look towards OG, it's the SF and the Juggernaut, the two big ones. But with the creep wave pushing in through the top, like Liquid, they can't wait. Like Matumberman throws the ulti and instantly runs back down, but that cooldown doesn't stop the creep wave. I don't know if you realize that one at all, but now OG, like they've wasted the time of the double damage, and the Sigil still keeps sitting inside the pit, watching and waiting.
Okay, we have this huge item pick up on Kuroki now too. Like, this arm for 6 seconds, if he can hit the ulti on one of these cores, it could be very game-changing, especially if the BKB is worn out.
I wonder at this point if it's even worth it for OG to go anywhere near Roshan.
Dire's middle tower is under an
Like, just split push this. Like, until you see 3 players from Liquid, like, camping inside their own base, don't go near Roshan just because of the threat this ET poses. They've seen it with the Observer Ward, so they understand what Kuro has got. What they don't see, however, is where Jirax is currently sitting. They're going to force-staff him down. They came down here to scout for the wards, but it's elsewhere. Mind Control, all N0tail, they know he's there. The Weaver give him the vision, and now the Omni Slash catching both Mind Control and Cora. Can he get the no rock? No, he cannot. It's already 2 kills going the way of OG, and probably a lot more where that came from. Miracle beating into Fader. Fader has done 140 damage, but he cannot sustain. He cannot stay here. So 2 heroes down for Liquid. No buybacks available on both of them. OG didn't even have to use the Mass Serpent mods for this, so this looks like it's approaching the end. They'll jump in for Roshan, they'll take the Aegis and Cheese, and then just take the bottom lane. Actually, the Aegis and Cheese don't even help the cause.
I mean, I think you still drop the Blink Dagger now. Oh, he's going to drop the Mass Madness instead. Either one is really good.
Wait, hang on.
Hey, alright, that's, alright.
N0tail, did you forget your shoes?
He's going to get the Aegis still.
Yeah, like, just...
That was kind of weird. He could have just dropped the. He kind of lost 10 seconds there.
I thought he had to have thought he picked it up. That's the only reason he would have done what he did. That's a little too eager with the blink. So now they've got 20 seconds. It's still enough that you just send N0tail to the front lines and he takes the tower. Miracle's doing it himself. Like, he doesn't even need help. The three-way push in through the mid, so there goes your tower. The Divine Rapier has now been purchased by top of him. The Courier is bringing it back. They're going to need this damage if they are going to stop this fight and stop this push from OG. The 4-star pushing Fader forward, but Nontua out of position. He's still okay. When they get through the Mass Serpent wards of N0tail, it was the melee ranks that took the damage, but it's not down yet.
Tell me, man, how big is your back, man?
It's... well, I think it'll be snapping at this point. But Liquid can stall this out. Like, you've still got Kuro's Spirit. This Astral Spirit plus Stomp just stops the creep wave time after time.
It's so annoying to play against in this situation. They also have the charge just to clear out the waves too, so both clearing it out, and it's very hard right now for OG to go high ground now that you see that the Gyrocopter has that Divine Rapier. So
I think also when we're casting the Dota pick game, and we're talking about the ability to defend from high ground, and it was the old combination, having the Elder Titan plus the Naga Siren together. So you send the Illusions down to Riptide, and then you send the Spirit down to Stomp, and the creep wave just disappears. In this case, you could actually do it almost with, well, not with a Phoenix Dive, but like, you've still got Shards, and you've still got Spirit. You can take out the creep wave before it reaches the high ground, but only on the bottom lane. You're still fighting up against supers in the mid and the top. So you need a little bit more than that.
If OG had known what we know, they could have won the game by now, just because we know that the Elder Titan and the Phoenix are dead. We're dead. And then if they just went just went for the Raxes, they could have ended the game. But
They probably had a good idea considering they did see the refresher orb up as well as the Aghanim Scepter. So they'd have a good idea, but it almost feels like right now OG just playing the safe game. Like, don't
yes,
screw
you need
up. Like, that's it.
one game away and you're in the finals.
It's their game to lose. Like, it really is their game to lose right now. Their advantage is over 12k. The experience is up, but it's the lane advantage, it's the positional advantage, it's all the items. The Aghanims is done on the Shadow Shaman. They've got the big wards, they've got the E-Blade done on Moon. They can stop the attacking Razor. All they have to do is just like start the initiation. If they get the BKBs off, great. Moon 4 stars back out, or Yule sets himself up. Like, he buys himself half the duration he requires of the BKBs to then come back down again and throw out the E-Blade. So they jump forward, Miracle out very, very far. Notel's also in the middle of this fight, just spinning and attacking. He just wants to force out the Megas. He knows he's so low, and now the Omniscience with the Shallow Grave. He jumps up, but Jirax's Ghost Set will soak up so much of this. And OG, they lose 3, but they get the racks. So the Aegis Immortal will burn now. Buybacks revival only for the S. But with Juggernaut back to World of Living, he'll go down for 100 seconds. You're up against Megas, you're being forced on multiple lanes. And Crit's the sole survivor. Okay.
All in mid, let's go.
That's it, that's all
Let's
you can do. Like, you're running a Rapier game for a reason, but Topperman's damage, it kicked in at the perfect time.
What is Fada doing? He needs to stay back and
What is
defend.
Jirax doing? He's dying.
Alright,
He'll lose the aggro for a moment. He won't die to this.
He's forced. Is he? No,
He's just keeping the creep wave back. So OG, like,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
can they defend this with
I
just
feel
the
like a
SF?
broken record.
Hang on, the Juggernaut's got buyback too, so it's not as bad. But
No.
they need that Earthshaker. Earthshaker still has Echo Slam.
The biggest thing is they don't have the tier 2 top, so they can't actually go for Megas themselves. They kind of have
No,
to
they're
go all
going-
in.
they're going
This
for
has
GG.
to be a GG push.
They've got to go for the tier 4 tower. Just take the range racks on the way through and just go for it. Dazzle's coming up. The SF and Juggernaut will have to buy back. The creep waves are still pushing in through the other lanes. Like, it's really difficult for Liquid to do this, but they're going to give it a shot. It's onto the tier 4 towers. It's dropping low, fortification still available. Here comes the Juggernaut. The ES, he's up. Remember that Echo Slam. The SF now buys back. They're ready to fight. They find Jirax, it's the Abyssal Blade, and they burn through the Ghost Scepter. He'll snowball for protection, jumping a little bit closer, punching up Notel, and Notel into his spin. The Shallow Grave will barely keep him alive at the very end, but the Fortress is still going down and still got the damage. The stun the Green Waves are pushing the other side, and it's going to be the momentum of OG that take the game. Liquid were running for it, but they were forced into the fight, and we've got a position right now where Team Liquid, wow, they came so